What's poppin' YouTube? It's your girl Jay, and I'm about to pop my again here on Out Loud. And today I'll be your love doctor. Before we get into the video, before we do anything, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you aren't subscribed, and hit that like button. Also, go subscribe to my personal channel and hit the like button over there as well. I have like over 100 videos on my personal channel, so feel free to binge watch if you're into that. Also, follow J Shell, which is my personal @ name on all social medias, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You definitely gotta mess with me on TikTok because your girl been on TikTok live every day trying to grow my account, so you already know. And yes, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Coming in 3, 2, 1.
As you can tell by this title, today's video will be about self-love. So by the time you guys are seeing this, it's going to be Valentine's Day. And you know your girl is single, so I'm going to spit some game to you guys on self-love. What is self-love and what does it mean to you? You want to make sure you ask yourself that question. Self-love is just the idea of just loving yourself in all states, making sure that you put you first, no matter the situation, no matter the circumstance, just loving on you every day and all day. And for me, self-love pretty much looks like me taking care of myself, and we're going to talk about that later on in the video. Taking care of myself, also going after my goals. I feel like I'm my happiest when I am chasing my dreams and chasing my goals. That is definitely a form of self-love, and don't let anyone tell you different at all. And yeah, just being you, loving yourself and just being you, stepping out. I talk about this on every episode. Stepping out into the world, being 100% yourself. That is definitely the top tier recipe for loving yourself. And so yes, so let's get into the first topic I want to talk about, and it's going to be self-love as it pertains to dating. I've been single for a long time, and I don't know, I might keep it that way for quite some time now. I'll be honest. I decided to take a break from dating, just being honest. I decided to jump off the dating scene and, kind of focus on myself again, self-love. Because I feel like it's a lot of things that I need to accomplish and want to accomplish, and sometimes if the relationship doesn't make sense, it can be a distraction. And you just want to love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't expect anyone to love you the same way. It just doesn't work like that. So you want to make sure you take that time out to know who you are as a person, as a human being, as just one being. So when you do meet, your other half, y'all are combined. Self-love can look different in all types of forms and all types of shapes and sizes. Don't ever look at one person's journey and think that your journey is supposed to look the exact same, because it's just not. That isn't how this works. You have to know what is going to work for you and what is just going to be the best for you in general. Okay, let's talk about healing. Healing and self-love is definitely a challenge. It's not easy. I remember after my breakup, long time ago, I decided to take a step back from everything and just really wanted to learn who I was. I was in a situation for like over 5 years, and it was horrible. And I picked up a lot of hobbies such as reading and journaling, and just also feeling myself and just trying new things. When you are in a relationship or when you are dating someone, sometimes you pick up on their habits, and that's fine. It's cool to be with someone every day, but you have to know who you are, just in case, God forbid, the relationship doesn't work, anything was to happen, you still know who you are, and you know how to pick yourself back up and be the strongest version of yourself that you can be. So without further ado, let's get into the tips. I have like a bunch of tips I want to talk about in regards to self-love. I'm just going to choose my favorites of my list. So number 1 is stop comparing yourself to others. We're socialized to be competitive, but comparing ourselves is just not natural. But it can be dangerous. There's just no point in comparing yourself, because there's no one like you. When you look in the mirror, you want to tell yourself, affirm yourself, tell yourself that you're beautiful, you're loved, you're worthy, you're worth it, and you are enough. That's number 1. And always remember, like I said before, your journey is not going to look like everyone else's journey. Number 2, processing your fears. Fears, you will be surprised how much your fear can really relate to your self-love and how you treat yourself and love yourself. I think that's been one of my biggest challenges in my life. I've always been fearful of being myself and just loving on myself and just showing up as 100% myself. We talked about this before. But don't reject your fears. You want to understand them. You want to take the time to, again, learn who you are. Whether that is trying new things, traveling. I know for me, I started doing yoga. And I learned a lot about myself because I didn't even think I could be into things like that, into yoga and meditation. But I tried it, and it's something that I really, really, truly love. And that was a fear. I've always had a fear of trying new things. I like to eat the same things. I stick with like the same brands, like even when it comes to makeup or stuff like that. I'm really not particular on trying different things, but that's just a fear of mine, and that's something that I acknowledge and that I have to let go, because I will never grow as a human being if I don't try new things. So make sure you process your fears and understand them, and also it can help alleviate some of your anxiety. Number 3, trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. This is probably like the top, like the number 1. Make whatever decision or however you choose to live your life for you. Make that decision for you. I just put myself out there real quickly. I know when we're growing up, and let's say, you know, you go off to college, or you don't want to go to college, and let's say your family is telling you, no, you need to go to college, you need to get a standard job, you need to do this, you need to do that. If that's not something that you see in your future or something that you want to do for yourself, do not do it at all. Do not. Always put yourself first. And I know it's going to be harder said than done, because of course you want to make the people around you happy, the ones that you love happy, but you cannot do that. That is not self-love at all. That's not self-love. Once you put people before you, you're showing clear indications that you do not love yourself, and that's not the way to go. Feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid. Whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Do not lose touch with reality and whatever you see in your future. You know yourself better than anyone else, so be your best advocate. Feel pain and joy as fully as you can. That means pretty much feeling every emotion. And just having fun with life. And even if days aren't going the best, still love yourself on your worst days. It's going to get better. Hard times does not last. The rain will stop and the sun will shine again. So you want to just make sure that you are realizing that you are not your feelings and you are not what you go through. It is kind of hard to love yourself and to feel like yourself in the hardest moments of life. It's by far not the easiest, and it's something that I've personally struggled with. But the good thing to always remember is even your worst days have 24 hours. So just take it with a grain of salt and understand yourself fully. Lean on your pain. Sometimes feeling pain is good. It's not always, but it can be if you look at it with a positive mindset. Number 5, which is be kind to yourself. Definitely something I've struggled with for the longest. Self-doubt, self-sabotage, speaking negatively. It never ends well. You want to make sure that you are here right now, alive, powerful, and beyond than you even know. You have to be patient with yourself. Everything is not going to happen overnight, and self-love in itself is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take those baby steps to learn how to process certain things and go back to certain things that you were used to in the past, and learning how to change that and unravel that. But with time, it will settle into your heart, and you will understand that it's going to be okay in the end. But you have to be kind to yourself. Never speak negatively to yourself. If at any given moment you're speaking negatively, you're feeling like you're having negative thoughts, go into a journal. I'm telling y'all, this is what I do. Go into a journal, open your journal, write out your negative thoughts, scratch them out, and then write out positive thoughts that reflect the negative ones. If that makes sense, if you get what I'm saying. Just try different ways. You don't want to always be negative to yourself. You have to be kind. And the last tip that I want to give is, even when you do not feel powerful, you have to think about how far you've came and how much you survived. And you may struggle, you may look back on the moments where you didn't love yourself, or the moments where you were speaking negatively to yourself, or the moments where, you know, you were in toxic situations that you couldn't get out of. And yes, it can be challenging, but always look at those moments and understand that those are just stepping stones for you to become the best version of yourself and the best version that you can be. Never put your all into a situation when you are not full within yourself. You don't want to do that at all, trust me. To close out this video, you guys, I want to say happy Valentine's Day again. If you are single just like me on this special day, remember to love yourself always, always, always. If at any given moment you guys need to vent, you guys need advice, don't forget to text or email, should I say, email the email in the description box below at outloudllc1@gmail.com, where I will be answering you guys' questions, you guys' concerns. If you need to vent, we will be doing Say It Out Loud segments very soon, so go ahead and get those submissions in. I had like 2 or 3, but get them in, because you just never know. You never know. And again, make sure you guys are subscribing and tuning in. Follow Out Loud on all social media platforms, on Instagram and TikTok. Also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at JDayShell. Subscribe to my YouTube channels again, and I will see y'all in the next one.